Hey guys, how are you today? I hope you are well. I am glad you are here. Today is another installment of Fragrance Friday. Hands down, my favorite series I film on this channel. And trust me, that says a lot. Alright, I fixed my lipstick. I wasn't feeling the red with the orange. You would have thought that the red would go. Although it's called soft silver red, so it's kind of a lighter shade of red, which some would call pink, but it's called red. Their pink one is more pink. It's definitely pink. You guys don't care about my lipstick. You guys care about the fragrance we will be talking about today, and I am excited to talk about it. It is the 25th anniversary release of Escada's summer edition fragrances, and so that means it was released in 2017. Yeah, because it's 2019, right? Yeah. So it was released in 2017. It was my first summer edition fragrance by Escada, and that is Fiesta Carioca. This is what it looks like. It is beautiful. It goes from green to pink. It has kind of an almost clear middle there before it then turns into pink, and then the front is just absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see it. Of course, it has Escada's name and the name of the perfume on there in really little print under Escada, but it is just pretty. It's flowers, lots of flowers. It looks mostly like flowers and maybe a lemon on there. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm kind of guessing. I love this. I love this scent. My bottle is pretty low. That's because it was in a project last year, and I'm surprised it's not gone yet. I'm not surprised. I still have it around that I haven't worn it a lot because I'm kind of savoring it, because these are limited editions, and I have not seen Fiesta Carioca on any of the discount websites yet. I think when I do, I will buy a 100 ml of it because I really do like it. It is, you know, for a fruity floral, to me it's very different. It's very different. The beginning is passion fruit, raspberry, and violet leaf. But with this, with that violet leaf brought in, it kind of gives it a sweet but green note, if you will, at the beginning. And I'm smelling up here because I just sprayed it on me up here. Down here, it's kind of been lingering for about an hour. The middle is passion flower, orange blossom, and jasmine. And then the base notes are musk, cedar, and benzoin. Now, benzoin is kind of a controversial scent, if you will, in that some people, there's a lot of ways people describe benzoin, and I don't know what's happening with my voice. Some people describe it as smelling like vanilla, and a lot of people take umbrage to that description. Others describe it as sweet, balsamic, resinous, woody, fruity, spicy, powdery, and herbaceous. Those are the descriptors that benzoin has. Now, it is a resin. Benzoin is a resin. And to me, it has more of a sweeter balsamic note to it. That's how I get it. I don't really get a whole lot of vanilla off of benzoin, but that doesn't mean it doesn't turn, you know, vanilla-y on other people. But all scents take on a different presence on all of us. We all smell scent in a different way. Our skin, plays with scent in a different way. So I'm not surprised that there's so many different descriptions on benzoin, because everything smells different on everybody. Now the middle to me is still extremely sweet. We have that violet leaf at the beginning that brings in a little bit of green. It's still a sweet flower, if you will. I mean, it is definitely a floral note. And then you have passion flower, orange blossom, and jasmine that really, to me, all of those, well, not the jasmine, but the passion flower and the orange blossom have a sweeter tone to their floral notes. Jasmine to me is a little earthier, a little warmer, very rich. I find the white florals to be a little fuller, a little darker, a little richer, and so it plays nicely with those sweeter florals. The violet leaf isn't overly strong to me. It's just, it brings something to the beginning, but then doesn't translate into the middle of the perfume. It seems to get overtaken by the passion flower, by the orange blossom, or maybe it just dissipates fairly quickly. I don't know, but I don't smell it anymore. And then you get that jasmine in there, brings that warm, creamy floral note. Like I talked about, it has a lot more depth to it and really warms up those sweeter florals. Yes, they're still sweet, but there's a warmth to it, kind of like, I think of it like you go to the park and you take a picnic basket and in there you have some fruit and the sun warms up that fruit. That fruit, now that it's been warmed by the sun and not cold from, like, say, the fridge, it has a different taste to it. A little richer, a little sweeter, but more depth than if it's cold. That's kind of how I take this middle note. That's how I kind of take the jasmine, what the jasmine is doing to the other two florals here. It's warming it up, giving it depth that it doesn't have on its own. And then that continues through into the ending. I get a hair off of my nose. I get a tang, kind of a sharp biting note. I get a sweetness. There's a bit of woodiness. Yeah, it's kind of like a hint of, it reminds me of going on a walk when we would go up to the cabin every year. We would go to my grandpa's cabin, and when we'd go for a walk, sometimes it would take us through, the mountainous areas, so the tall pine trees, and we'd go down into the meadow where it's very lush and green, and the sun is just beating on you. And then sometimes we might be in an area where the marsh, so you get that a little more aquatic note with that you know, how a marsh has kind of that green aquatic note that's kind of, I don't want to call it swampy, but kind of has that swampy. That's kind of how this base reminds me of. It reminds me of going for a walk at the cabin, because we could cover all of those areas and you would get all those different scent profiles while you were out on this walk or a hike, depending on how far we went. That's what it reminds me of. This base, there's a little sweetness, a little bit of, you know, tinge of bitterness, if you will, woody notes in there, a little, and it's warm. The ending is a warm ending, which is nice for a summer fragrance. Sometimes I find summer fragrances go from sweet and then they're gone. So I really like that this moves into a warmer ending. I really appreciate that. So for a summer scent, I think Fiesta Carioca lasts, its longevity is fairly good. I would say it's about 2.5, 3 hours. I mean, it's not great, but I think it's good for a summer scent. Its projection, it's not loud, but it's not a skin scent either. I think it is, you know, a conversational perfume, in that, say you're at a party and there's a group of you talking, those around you may ask what you're wearing. They may be able to smell it depending on where you're at in the progression of the scent. But once it gets to the dry down, it becomes very close to your skin. And I think if someone's standing here, you know, like close to you, talking to you, they might be able to smell it. It's not quite a skin scent, but they wouldn't be able to smell it if you were still in that conversational setting, you know, where people are further than a hand's reach. So that is their 25th anniversary release, Fiesta Carioca. I sure hope you enjoyed this week's Fragrance Friday, and I hope you are enjoying our walk through the summer editions of Escada that I own. I wish I owned more. Heaven knows I would own them all if I used to buy perfume, but I didn't buy perfume. And this was probably one of my first buys when I started purchasing fragrance, so maybe it just holds a really special place in my heart. But it's a beautiful scent, great scent. I will have links down below to where you can find Fiesta Carioca if you don't own it, or if you used to own it and would like to own it again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment down below on your thoughts and feelings on Fiesta Carioca. Did you own it? Do you still have some left? Have you purchased another bottle and know where to get it? Leave me a comment down below. I would love to know. If there's a fragrance you want me to review, please leave it down in the comments. I would love to know what you would like me to review, because I will find it one way or another. I will try to find it and review it for you. You guys take good care of yourself. Be safe, stay cool, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.